right. Hey, man, I've been looking forward to this episode here. This is your guy, the Funding CEO, and this is funding-credit.com. Guys, we've really been making some leeway. I think we've been solving a lot of problems, helping a lot of business owners here during the pandemic, COVID. This whole last year has really been, really been crucial for business owners, and I've been really been grateful to be able to step in and been called on with local news channels and things that sort of give updates and being able to move naturally and have space in the mall and those type of things. So things are really growing, guys. I'm really grateful for those followers, our clients, our referrals, our affiliates. And it really takes support of small business owners to really, engage and keep each other abreast of, who's doing their thing. And, we always want to refer people to people that we know that's going to take care of our people or do it with integrity. And take it to a place that people can actually not only get what they need, but also get educated about what they're asking for. Right. And so with that being said, guys, I sort of put this idea in place after I went through a real big, career transition in 2013-14. I was in corporate ticketing, doing ticketing all over the country. And I had the Black Ticket Master making amazing money, and technology took us out. Why would you need me when you have Eventbrite, right? So, I have to throw things out there to let you know the end road. I had to solve a problem. What happened to me twice during my career. And, coming from, I've always been a fighter, always been a guy that wanted to go against the grain and understand that, we have to do things and be interactive when it comes to just being in business. You got to have that thick skin, guys. And so with that being said, I had to understand what it was when it came to business. I had to understand, I could have the greatest skill set, but what's going to help me to be the creator of a healthy business? How can I have a healthy business? And not only that, I got so excited about it. I jumped into it and I wanted to start helping people. So I went from there, just started traveling, getting under a lot of different underwriting criteria, seminars, just going all over the country, traveling, spending tons of money on information. And it really is interesting because it was a whole nother world. But at the end of the day, Funding Credit was meant to be sticking out like a sore thumb. It's a one-stop shop. Yes, of course, we can definitely handle your credit woes and, things that's going on with your credit, personal credit. But at the end of the day, we have an enhancement program. We have business credit program. We also clean business credit. And we do, business structure, show you how to get the right corporation, get your business structure set up properly, and get you from vending to funding, and get you through those type of tiers and, just get you acclimated to what you need to look like on paper, and to solve those problems that we all have when we go in those banks and they say, oh, you're disapproved or you wasn't approved for a loan. Okay, well, what does this look like for me? What do I do next? It's usually like, okay, see ya, sorry, but not for me. I wanted to really get in and because it happened to me before, of course, personally. It happened to a lot of people that I know have been in business, and they could never come back. They didn't know how to pivot or how to shift or what to do with their business, right? And so with that, that's what Funding Credit came to. So a lot of people, oh, Marvin, you got a credit business. No, I think I have a funding business because that's my end goal. I want to make you fundable, right? Because a lot of times when we cleaning people's credit, that's one thing. Okay, but what can I do with a 700 credit score that has no history? What can I do with a 700 credit score that doesn't have a business or don't have P&Ls or don't have they can't show me a 4506 or can't go to the IRS or I wanted to solve the major problems so I can get to the bigger guys that's really talking about doing real business, guys. That's what I'm in business for. It's not about cleaning credit. Nothing against that. That's really what I love, because that's where I can start engaging and helping people and getting a long end goal with my clients and let them know this is where I want to be in the next 3 to 4 months with you. Let's start here, but in here, by this time, we should be here. And I'm helping to, build legacies and help people get off of this 9 to 5 thing that a lot of people want to get off of, and start really living the life that they want to live, guys. So today, this is about definitely something that is going right down the area of what I'm speaking of, is funding. So today, I particularly made it a pivot. I said, okay, I'm going to bring one of my guys behind behind the curtain and let him come and and speak on a lot of things that have come my way, for as the CEO of Funding Credit. And he's made a lot of decisions, gave a lot of good direction via me and a lot of my clientele when it comes to underwriting, when it comes to making decisions about how people can get 50 grand. No, we can get them 150 grand if they do this. Or Marvin, we can take some cards, or we can do some balance transfers, or we can bring on another PG. Let's look at another area. Let's look at another product. I think this is better off of doing unsecured right now. Maybe we can come back and do a loan. So expert guys, some people can look at it as underwriting, account managers, advisor, if you will. So today I'm bringing on Trey Sublette. He's a great friend of mine. He's awesome. When it comes to funding, he knows how to get you there. You're a guy that just want to get the doors open and get your 50 grand. Okay, great. You want to get a quarter? You want to go get a $250,000? Okay, great. We can do that too. Okay. So I wanted to bring on, you hear me every Thursday talking about Funding Credit and what we do and bringing on guests. But today I wanted to just lock in on funding. Okay, guys, funding. How can you go out and be fundable? What makes you fundable, right? What can get you a healthy business? So Trey, come on, man. I wanted the guests to bring you along. All right. Is that all right? Oh, is he in there? Okay, great. What's going on, buddy?
Marvin.
Hey, yeah. Can you hear me?
Go.
Okay, great. Good.
Doing all right?
All right. Yes, man. Absolutely.
Fine.
We're good. I'm glad you was able, because I thought we was having some issues, but we're good. But Trey, man, I wanted to jump in first, man, because I think that when me and you first tied the knot and we knew we were going to do business together, I wanted to go out and I really wanted to be clear on how do we come to some business owners, and how can we just come to them in a way that we can really be transparent, be clear, and have an end goal, and we can have the data and have the information that we can pretty much tailor-made them something that they can be successful. And so once we coincided and understood what preventive maintenance, as far as our soft pull program and some different things like that, Trey, could you sort of expound on what happens to business owners sometimes when they think they're going for the right product and they don't have soft pull, and they go out and just start getting credit cards and all this stuff? Can you tell me, just your experience alone, man, what I've seen and you've seen, but expound on what we do on the front end that you think is very important?
Sure. I mean, just to make sure you can hear me okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is everything good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Marvin, people go off and try to do it themselves.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, often try to do it themselves, and they just don't know what to do. So there's a key phrase as you don't know what you don't know. And so part of this vision is trying to coach and train people up, give realistic feedback of what needs to be done, and what are the issues. So unfortunately, so therefore we have to train them of what needs to be done as far as a business entity, credits, but more importantly, target the right funding product. So as far as the funding credit division, it's given realistic input as far as for startups and for realistic or for businesses. So in the past.
Hold on one second, Trey. We're having a little bit of delay. I'm trying to figure out what we might need to do on my end. Yeah, you're a little bit, you're lagging a little bit.
Right.
I don't know, maybe it might be the connection or something, but
You can have him call in.
do you want to just have him call in? You just want to do it that way? Okay. All right. We're going to use it. Is brother just go ahead and just have you call in, and we'll just go in that way because we got a delay and there's a lot of background noise. Is that okay? Okay. One second, guys, but this is going to be some very important information. So definitely stay in with us. We're just having a little bit of, technical difficulties, I guess, on the other end. So I'm trying to get him to call in on this thing. But the thing is, guys, we got to understand this right now. What I'm trying to tell people, we're trying to talk to people about making sure that you're not getting overwhelmed with this economy, and you can be able to be flexible and you can go out and really be creative in your career set or in your business. The only way you're going to be able to do that, guys, is you got to be able to be fundable. Okay. Those net 30s and those bills start coming along with the business owners know what I'm talking about, and they start hitting you guys. And, cash flow is one thing, but to go out and make large purchases, to go out and buy technology, go out and get a new studio or go get a fleet of trucks, you're going to need credit, guys. You're going to need strong credit, okay? And I'm not saying so much of personal credit. You're going to need the engagement of either a PG from personal credit going into the business. Then we can get you acclimated and get you standing on your own too with your EIN number and keep you going that way. And but other than that, we got to let you know what it takes to really make your business fundable, how the banks look at you, how we're going to look at you to say we can give you $100,000. People come to me all the time with a 700 credit score and got 16-year-old credit. I'm like, a 700 is not going to get you through, brother. It's not. It doesn't help me. It doesn't help anybody else to let us know who you are and how you're paying your bills, right? So let's definitely put this flyer up so we can keep us engaged and so they can at least know what we're talking with that. So with that being said, guys, Trey, are you still there?
Yes, Marvin.
Okay. Okay. No, that's not a problem, man. We're going to work through it. That's okay. We just want to get this information out here, man. But go ahead. Can you sort of go back on what business owners think of going out and actually, doing it themselves? They want to maybe sometimes you have to go to maybe 2 to 3 banks, Trey, ourselves, to go get the necessary funding that they need. So sometimes when people go out there and they don't really know the route or the direction or what needed to get the appropriate funding or to get that 100K, what usually happens with that? What's the misconception about business owners thinking they can go out and get the funding that they need?
Sure. Yeah, I would start with this. One of the first things I ever learned in my profession was the 2 biggest reasons why a business fails is 1, lack of industry knowledge, and 2, lack of operating capital. Mm-hmm. So if we can take that one big hurdle away of lack of operating capital away, people will be more successful. But unfortunately, Pete, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And so if someone's looking to start a business, they don't know. They just, they see something, I'll just go to my local bank and try to figure it out. But most banks aren't lending,
right.
Especially the startups.
Right.
Startups are like the worst thing from in the lender's eyes. So I would say, especially in 2020, we saw more than ever people trying to do it themselves, taking on the inquiries, getting denials, and then when it gets to us, they're dead in the water.
Yeah, right.
So if you were to, try to hire an attorney to, go for a divorce, or if you're trying to build a home, you're getting an architect. It's the same thing as far as getting capital for a small business. You've got to rely on a professional. So one of my favorite words is clarity, and we want to provide clarity of what's a realistic option for someone who's either A, looking to start a business, or B, take what they have now to the next level.
Yep, absolutely. And from what I've seen, Trey, we've been around. We know a lot of different people that's definitely in the funding world, if you will. And I remember back in the day when I first started this company, I was helping people, of course, go get the Navy Federals and the USAA and all these other different cards so they feel that they can go out and get on the personal funding side. And but the thing is, it was just the mindset and the correlation of understanding how they would have to really maximize their whole personal credit file in order to really do what they needed to do, because they still had it to live. I mean, of course, having a house and having great payment history and having, a mortgage and cars and even having revolving credit and things like that. Of course, that's a good diversified file. But when you want to go out and still go out and get, you're taking care of your $5,000 or $6,000 that you have to live on, and then you're trying to correlate your personal credit file and trying to run a business off that, it was like the worst disaster in the world. And so, getting into startup capital, of course, most of the things they want to do, of course, they'll give you, with not so much history involved. I mean, you can go out there and get business credit cards. You got zero interest cards. You got a different type of business credit cards that you can get. But at the end of the day, what are you seeing, Trey, that the people that goes out that wants to get 100,000, but they wind up going out getting 40,000? What do you usually see plays a role in that window from I wanted 100, but I'm only getting 40?
Well, I mean, so let's use the COVID-19 environment right now as an example. Mm-hmm. Pre-COVID, every funding program's been affected in some way, shape, or form. But when it comes to the unsecured business finance program and getting business credit cards and really build up your business credit profile, if it was pre-COVID, I'd be saying up to 75, 100,000 possibly. Right now during COVID, it's a little bit lower.
Right.
But the idea is you got to do it the right way, build a strong foundation now, and double it up here in the future after you utilize the credit, make your payments on time, service the debt, and generating revenue. Mm-hmm. So it pains me, I have that. If anybody's worked in the restaurant industry and managed restaurants, you want to stay away from the order taker mentality. Mm-hmm. So if we're talking to a potential client, right, Marvin, and he's like, "Hey, Marvin, I want 125,000." Well, that's nice. So let's talk about realistic options.
Right.
And so let's make sure we set the right expectations and do it the right way. I think one of the biggest issues we come across as trying to help people is if we're realistic, they're sometimes more apt to go with the person who's being unrealistic. Right. And mm-hmm. follow the greener pastures side. Yep. So, but I think the key thing right now is getting through these times of having multiple solutions to explore. Yeah. That's the key thing. Mm-hmm. If you only have one funding product, then you're kind of in a tough row there. Mm-hmm. But if we can analyze the person's scenario and dictate the best path or multiple solutions in some cases, they're better off long term. Yep, absolutely. And the thing is, what I'm trying to say, I guess, from our business model and what we work in every day together, Trey, of just trying to engage in getting people to see the bigger picture. Sometimes, definitely want to have, that long interactive journey with clients that they can get from here to here. Sometimes that's not,
the beginning is, okay, guys, let's go ahead and at least just let you settle and let's get you in the queue. So, and follow up with certain business models, such as lines of credit that can grow with your business, and you keep that nurtured, and it can grow with you, and it can be successful, and it can help you healthy. And that definitely works with certain businesses, definitely construction and, lines of credit. It works on a lot of different other aspects as well, truck drivers, things of that sort. But at the end of the day, what was you going to say, Trey?
We're trying to help them in steps 1, 3, 7, and 10, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just in the now. It's like you said, the bigger picture, consistent support.
Yep.
For the client.
Absolutely. And so when people buzz me up, what we do is we run a soft pull on them, guys. And with that being said, we're running the model. And Trey can expound on what business model, what scoring model that usually what we're looking at sometimes. But with that being said, it's just like when you're coming to us, we're pretty much going to give you the data and the report of letting you know where you are, why you wouldn't be successful, why we're looking at certain things that might need to happen for you to do what you need to do or what you're asking for. And so with that, guys, people just don't understand how important that is. And then actually, right now with certain clients that we'll get on and we'll talk to them and we'll educate them over the phone to let them know, look, guys, do you have the report in front of you? Yes, we do. Okay. So did you see that 30-day late that you had 6 months ago? Okay. Now that's not good. Do you see all those inquiries that you had on your credit when you was at the car lot? Okay. So, that's not good. I mean, we call it shopping. Nobody wants to see a bunch of inquiries on people's credit. Okay, now let's look at your credit debt ratio. We know that definitely we're dealing on a PG side, but you're over 30-40%. I don't know how much more the banks can really afford to give you it, even, would even look at giving you any money, because you're almost 50%, on your threshold already. And, usually when you get out of 15-20%, that's just not looking good, but it's a lot of data that once we talk to our clients and we do that preventive maintenance, and before we crush their credit, like, hey, come on, let's try this. We get you in and we really show you what works and what's not going to work. And it really comes off of us gauging and having a long relationships with our clients. And that's really what I've been appreciative of. What you think about that one, Trey? I mean, I do. I really enjoy that part.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. I mean, definitely. And here's the key thing, like for the unsecured business finance program, and as you're saying, it's partially credit driven. It's not as easy to have a good credit score, like you were saying before. Credit scores are for the consumer, right? But what we're able to provide is really strong feedback. We're looking at someone's credit like a lender's would to give an idea. So, like you're saying, inquiries. One of the biggest issues in 2020 was people bringing on new accounts. If someone has like 3 new unsecured accounts in the last 12 months, 18 months, that's a really tough thing for lender number 4 to give you some more capital. So it is definitely a puzzle from your credit card usage to limits, the aged accounts, to the debt ratio, like I said before, negative items. When it comes to unsecured funding, the lenders aren't taking anything else into consideration as far as revenue or tax returns or bank statements. It's solely based off that person's credit. Right. And so it's very unique, very unique.
Right.
But we will always give feedback of what needs to change. I think what you're wanting to do, Marvin, is make sure people are totally presentable. For having success at the right time. Yeah, absolutely. I concur. I mean, the thing is that it's just that I'm not trying to oversell. I'm trying to educate these people so they can understand they can do that first move and that first time going out to seek funding. Now they get the idea and they understand the weight of what they're really trying to do. And, and hopefully within the next 3 to 4, up to 6 months,
we could revisit and say, hey, you know, guys, okay, great. We made a great decision. Now we can look at this. We can look at, we're privy to doing some other things that we wasn't privy to doing, you know, before. And that's what I like to do. You know, I don't like, I call them, you know, just the spinoff of just, you know, engaging with people, getting funding, and then, you know, just sort of set them to the side like, okay, hey, you know, we got you good. Okay, thanks. See you later. That's not really what we're here for. And the thing is setting you into the right products and making sure you're good in the long haul, guys. And the thing is that doing COVID after COVID, you know, with this whole aspect of, you know, the banks are set up, and I tell people all the time, they are not really set up to lose. They don't lose. Okay, you might look like you're getting it, but they're not. It's too much things that's going on that you're not cognitive of, right? You know, you got to have, there's going to be some cash flow. They got to either see that some collateral, some money coming through there. You got a healthy business, you got cash flow. Do you have any credibility, right? You know, do you have good, even personal, like you said, even going in as consumer credit, do you have good personal, healthy credit? Okay. And then other than that, well, what Trey was speaking of is that when guys come in and they get startup credit, right? You know, you don't really need a lot of, you know, paperwork, documentation. Basically, they're going to look and saying, hey, Marvin, hey, this guy's got a 780 credit score. Oh, wow. He has 20 years of consistent payment history. Oh, wow. He has 3% credit debt ratio. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, Marvin, you're great on the personal side. Yeah. We'll give you some business funding and give you a couple credit cards. And that's the way they look at it. But if you want to come to a bank or come to any financial institution and you want to be set up to privy, say, okay, I want to go get $250,000. Okay, now we're going to need to look a little bit deeper in your closet. Okay, so one, can we see your last 2 years bank statements? Because they want to see that 4506. They want to see the ink. They want to see what's going on. Okay, you want to get $250,000 from us? Okay, can I see your P&Ls? Can I see your analysis, your budget analysis? Can I see, you know, what's going on with your business? And when people are not privy to be able to provide that type of information, guys, then you're still in the same situation. You're not. It takes a little bit more to get on that next tier of funding. Trey, would you want to, you know, expound on that when people really want to have that right documentation to get the larger funding?
Yeah, definitely. And I've always compared like the small business lending landscape is like Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. You know, the everything you're stacked against us, the small business owner. Mm-hmm. And so you got to navigate that. But let's talk about if someone's looking for higher amounts, and we'll use 250 like you said, Marvin. Mm-hmm. It's really, in today's landscape, it's got to be for an existing business, a franchise startup, or business acquisition. Right. And so those are the three. So we got to kind of push aside a standalone startup is not going to qualify. Mm-hmm. So that's why I have to go the route of the unsecured business finance program. But for someone who's asking for $250,000, they're going to have good credit. They're going to have to own real estate, have collateral, have 10-30% cash injection, and a healthy business. So if they're trying to buy a business, then industry experience. So there's a lot of hoops and hurdles to jump through to try to get to that higher amount. And so it's never a straight line. So what we'll definitely would want to do is do an internal review, look at all the pieces of the puzzle. But if someone doesn't have the credit, if they don't own a home, and they don't have cash injection to set aside, it's just not going to be doable. We have to take the proper steps. Mm-hmm. So now, if they have retirement assets or if they have equity in real estate, then there's other products that can be looked at. Not just one or two.
Right, absolutely. Trey, could you expound on for guys out here that's running businesses, I don't know, single guys, renting, whatever, Expound on how crucial home ownership is when they look at a payment history and having that on your personal file. Going when you're looking for seeking funding, just home ownership. Could you expound on that a little bit?
Okay, sure. And so with different funding programs, there are different requirements. Let's start with the most popular program, which is the unsecured business finance program, which is business credit cards, which is fully personally credit driven. Right now, it's good to see a mortgage that you have on your credit report. It makes it a little bit easier compared to if someone does not have a mortgage. So it is a variable in having success.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going for the higher amounts through more traditional funding like an SBA, then it's mandatory to be a homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
They're simply not, right. Oftentimes they're going to put a lien up against your assets if we're going over 300,000 and above. But if I'm consulting with someone and trying to get them pre-approved for a more traditional funding product like SBA because they're trying to buy a franchise or buy like a route, like a FedEx route, if they don't own a home, it's just not doable right now.
Right.
It's not an option. So they want to see how you've managed your most valuable asset.
That's the home, guys. I'm telling you. Yeah. See, this is the things what I'm trying to tell guys. That's why, I have big shout out to Mary Brulette, definitely mortgage loan expert that works on my behalf in-house. Definitely hit her up, guys. Hit us up. We could definitely get you enrolled. But I'm trying to show people funding is funding. Of course, I do monetary funding. I get people cards, unsecured cards, lines of credit. Me and Trey have different products that we all coincide, work with a lot of people every day, all day. But at the end of the day, guys, sometime when people come to me, they're on really training wheels of having these expectations. I'm like, guys, really, I know this doesn't sit right with you, but right now your credit is not at a point that nobody will really, extend that type of funding. Are you looking at maybe getting engaged or opening a home soon, or do you want to get more of a, having a little more of a payment history with your car, even a car, some type of installment, something going on with your credit, guys, because all this stuff plays a specific role when people looking at, how funding is going to coincide. How is it going to go? Because like you said, the biggest investment that we make in our lives, guys, most people, is going to be your home. Okay. You're looking at 150, 180 grand. You're going to be paying the principal. You're going to have interest rates. You're going to have all kinds of things going on. So we have to make sure that guys are really, we're sort of trying to tailor make your personal life so it can coincide with your business life. But there's certain things that you're going to have to be cognizant of when we put people into funding and trying to get you where you need to go. And Trey, yes.
Marvin, I have one, I have a lot of different mantras, but there's one that really comes kind of towards this topic, and especially in real estate, I'll say. But, cash is king. Everyone kind of knows that phrase, but credit is queen. So if anybody is playing chess, the game's over when you lose your king. It's like you run out of cash. Because you hear people, I'll just use my cash to buy a business or to start a business. But you know what? Cash is king, credit is queen. And if you're a chess player, when you're out of cash, the king's gone, game over.
Game over, right? Yeah, and I've seen guys. I've seen Mary use homes to show people how they can, can get cash and, get a line of credit. I've seen her work her magic on that end, and I've seen us via Trey understand how people can actually take, there's certain things that you can do with credit cards to definitely be able to get cash as well. Then we can have the lines of credit model that we definitely pushing out right now just for startups and things of that sort. So cash is something that's relative that you definitely need to have cash flow coming through your business, guys. You got to have that, but that's not you got to compartmentalize it. You definitely have to have the cash flow, but at the end of the day, the credit is really the paramount piece that's going to make sure that you got to be stable. The things that can get you through times like this, right? the times they can get you through those net 30s and those different things that's coming, no matter what's going on, those bills are coming in. And then it keeps your paydex score going on, and all that other stuff. It's already active. You're paying it. You got it on the card. It's automatic pay. You got it going on, and that's how you really get relative when you start looking at wanting to engage into higher levels of funding. But Trey, what I wanted to look at again, Trey, since we're talking about real estate, and think that we got probably some investors, we got some people that wants to get acclimated on getting into some type of funding for real estate and build up that real estate portfolio. Engage and give us a little bit of what we have going on right now when it comes to the people that wants to go out and maybe do some flips and do some other things.
Okay, sure. Basically, internally, I kind of narrowed down that there's 3 real estate products that we're really focused in on. First, fix and flip. I would say, we've been talking about the business credit card program. We've helped over, almost 1,000 people use that program for their fix and flip aspects. But when it comes to fix and flip, that really took a hit. I would say certain lenders that we have in place in 2020, but now it's back coming on. And so it's just, what's imperative is someone have, 650 plus credit and above.
Okay.
And
hey guys, hold on, Trey. Hold on, guys. I told y'all this is juicy tonight. Now, if you're not writing this information down and you're just watching, please understand and know that this here is going to be some stuff that you might need to write down, guys. This is some important information. He's dropping some gems on you. This is the guy that's giving people the funding. Okay. We're getting the people funding. This is the decision maker. Okay. So you might want to write some of this down and tune in. Okay. Go ahead, Trey.
So, all right. Yeah, Marvin. So if you want to be in a good position to have success, you got to make sure your credit's in place of at least 650 range. That's the bare minimum. So if you have 600 credit, it's not really going to fly. But 650 credit, you really need it right now, especially right now. Want to see experience. Is this your first project? Oh, you better have really good credit if that's the case. But is this project 2, project 3 for the last 2 years? So experience is key right now. Being in the COVID arena. One thing that's really important, find a location that has population of 25,000 and above. It's just not going to happen if the population of the city is 2,000 or 3,000. So right now, as far as getting approvals, population 25,000 and above, up to 9% loan to value on the purchase and 100% on the rehab aspects. So what we'll be able to do, Marvin, is once we get an application and make sure we qualify their credit, see their experience. The goal is to get a term sheet within 48 hours.
48 hours.
So, yep.
2 days, guys.
So fix and flip. Yep. And I've seen there's like a left-hand, right-hand thing. Left hand, you have unsecured capital for your business, and right hand, you have a fix and flip program. So you kind of combine the two. We were helping someone the other day that did 4 projects in 2020. And so once you do it once, it gets easier each and every time.
All right. So I love it.
Fix and flip's great. Moving on, the second program, which is really my favorite program, is alternative long-term financing. That's for commercial properties or residential investment properties, and you got to have 650 credit. It's up to 75% loan to value. It's good for commercial buildings, residential properties. I like it because it's cheaper than hard money.
Yep.
Less points, lower interest rates, longer term of 30 years.
Yep.
So it's key. But then the third is the theory program, which is really asset lending, all about the asset. You can have 500 credit. If you haven't got your credit back in a good position yet, you're still working on it. Then the theory programs, hard money, all different types of properties. With us, we're really thinking outside the box, Marvin.
Yep.
If it's a different type of building. So it's really it sounds bad, but it really depends on someone's personal credit and which route they're going to go.
Yeah.
Those three programs, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Asset based. You know, and those things roll out. And have you seen a lot of that here, Trey, with people that have used that as far as asset based?
I'm sorry, as far as,
yeah.
I mean, it's wild right now because I think the real estate programs have been less affected outside of fix and flip with COVID because there's an asset. You know, with the commercial real estate, the CRA program, you know, it's not about it's all about as is value. If we're talking to someone that's talking after repair value, that's solely the fix and flip program.
Gotcha. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Yeah, that's some good information there. And again, you know, I've been so blessed to be able to actually definitely have, you know, Trey on one side and having Mary on the other side. It just, you know, it's a blessing just to have experts that's sitting, you know, on the left and right and saying, hey, guys, this is what's working. Excellent programs, always seating people where they're at, and it's always some kind of way that there's a solution or there's a different type of creative way. Guys, you're not going to get this type of stuff from the bank on the corner. Okay, those days are over with. They're not. It's not going to happen. Okay, so you know, things is going on right now, and you need to get some help. Definitely hit us up here, guys. I just want to throw the information up. Definitely hit us up at 980-892-1823. And that's the company email. We're definitely going to be, you know, getting some of these applications in. I'm going to be having, you know, Trey definitely looking over, and we're going to be trying to see if we can get some funding for some people out here in that real estate world.
Marvin, can I mention something real quick?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
You said the word creative. So creative, I just want to mention one thing kind of goes hand in hand with real estate and business funding. When it comes to creative, you know, there is the business directed retirement account program that people don't know about. And that is a program where it's for individuals who have retirement assets, like a 401k or IRA, as long as it's with a previous employer. You know, it's legally called ROBS, but it's the cheapest way of starting a business and also for real estate investing.
Wow.
So it's no credit requirements whatsoever. There's no lender involvement. And so very popular within the franchise arena. People leaving corporate America and they have retirement assets looking maybe buy a business. So this is my favorite program because they're in complete control.
Wow.
So the idea is if you got at least $50,000 retirement assets, we'll help you get access to those penalties and tax distributions for your new business. And since there's no debt to service, you become profitable faster. So definitely something that's being creative and a good source for
I got a question that just popped up on the screen. It says, friend of mine, Nate the Great. What's up, Nate? He wants to know, he's a retired veteran, and he wants to know about, is that for military retirement as well, Trey?
It could be. It depends upon the type of account. Is it TSP account? Is that what it's called? Or
I don't.
It possibly could be. To do a review, if I were talking to Nate, I'd be asking for a copy of his most recent statement to see if it's a qualifying account. So it's most likely is, and since it's not since he's retired from the service, so that could possibly be used to starting his business, not have to pay taxes on that, avoid those taxes, those penalties, and so forth. But I think that's a TSP account that he has.
Okay. All right. Well, definitely look at that, Nate. We'd love to be able to help you out with that, man. I'm a veteran myself, but as a retired vet, he definitely has some money set to the side. I think he'd love to be able to take advantage of that. So definitely. But with that, guys, this is what we're doing. Like I said, this episode here, I wanted to see, we're in the really still more so getting almost out of the first quarter, and we're trying to show how you can be out here and go out and get profitable and be, fundable here in 2021, guys, and go out and really, go out here and be effective in your business model. So we have a lot of things that's coming up here soon. Definitely for startups, we do have some good news. We do have a merchant account platform. It's more of a line of credit, and that's one of the products that me and Trey rolled out a couple days ago. I started getting some information on that, and it's all there, guys. If anybody wants to get any information that has a startup company, and how old does the company needs to be for the most part, Trey? How old?
Well, for the first merchants program, we can do a dual review for multiple products, but the key points would be this: you got to make sure that it can be a brand new business first off.
Okay. Brand new business. Okay.
But the key is you got to have a merchant account or need a merchant account.
Okay.
Because that's how you're going to service the line of credit. So oftentimes, if someone's not in the best position right now for unsecured business funding, maybe lack of depth, and they have let's say a brand new like barbershop or nail salon, they're going to need a merchant account. So if they could use a small line of credit ranging from $300 to $10,000, it's a great way of getting your foot in the door with our investor, and then over time expanding that line of credit out due to revenue of the business. Right. So it's a unique product. It's not a merchant cash advance.
No MCA, guys. No MCA taking money out of your account every day, every week. This is a real line of credit. Real line. Just want to make sure of that.
It's like we'll say Mary, or we'll say Alice. Her credit's not the best in the world. It's being worked on right now, and her credit's like maybe 580. Well, it can still be for her. It can still work to at least get her up and running and start with a small line of $700 or $1,200. It's small, but it's a starting point, right?
Yep.
So brand new business, totally fine. There's no seasoning, but they're going to have to need or have a merchant account to be a good solution. All
right, great. There you go, guys. So look, you don't have to have best credit. You can get in the program, minimum 550 credit score. Okay. Of course, the higher the credit, the more money they will allow you in the line of credit, but you can have a brand new business, guys. So come on, hit us up, guys. We got the program. We're rolling it out. And, 620, 630 credit score might get you a couple grand. I mean, don't hold me to that. That's sort of the way it looks. The higher the credit, the more money they're going to get you. But right now, you can get up to 10 grand just like that. When, I think the process might take maybe 7-10 business days, something like that, maybe a little bit longer. But guys, that's a little bit of cushion. Even if you're only getting but 4,000 or 5,000, you're nurturing this is a business line of credit, guys. So people are always wondering, Marvin, is anything out there? Can I, I just started my business. Well, here you go. You asked for it. Now here it is. So guys, we're rolling this thing out. You can jump in, just mid-range credit score. And you got to have the merchant account. We can help you set that thing up. Not a problem. And, and go out and get you 4 or 5 or 6 grand, guys, and then every 90 days, that thing going to increase, they'll revisit it and it will grow. What's that, Trey?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It just wait 90 days and then you can get it increased. Yeah. So 90 days out from the start, we just get some bank statements and then it's all about proving that you can use the capital and keep working the system.
We're working the system, guys. And see, the thing is, guys, what I'm trying to get our business owners to see and to be understanding, you have to show the money. You have to show what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So this is a way that you're going to have a merchant account. You can show the fundings and the money's coming through your account. So then with that being said, now you have a line of credit that's on the business. It's not on your personal. So it's not going to affect your credit debt ratio. It's not going to make look like you're maxed out and all this other stuff. It's on the business. Okay. So this is a line of credit on the business, and it's helping your business grow. It can be healthy. It can help you be knocking down those bills on a monthly basis. And guys, you can get into this thing for $100. Come on, what y'all want me to do? I'm meeting you here, guys. So let's get this thing popping. That's pretty much an easy 10 grand you can get, guys. Okay, so that's the last product that I definitely wanted these guys, definitely startup positions. So I'm glad we got that out the way. Everybody's been asking me, hey, Marvin, I just started a business a month ago. It doesn't matter. You can get into this thing and get you a couple grand, okay? Now get you up to 10 grand, all right? So that's what's being said, guys. But I definitely want to expound. Trey, thank you so much for coming on, man. I know we've been hammering it all day, and I know I wanted to bring you on and and get you on the show. And we're going to definitely be having you back. But at this point, I know I got to push you behind the veil because we got some funding to do.
Right. Yeah, Marvin, my pleasure. And I love what I do. I love helping people and building relationships. So, definitely, I'm excited about 2021. Yeah. So anytime. And then, Nate, I want to say thank you for your service as well as you, Marvin.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks, Trey. Hey, man. I'll talk to you soon. Matter of fact, I'll be giving you a buzz tomorrow, first thing in the morning. You know how we do it. Okay? All right, bud.
Sounds good. Everyone, have a great night.
All right.
Your time.
All right, bye-bye. All right, guys. Well, that being said, I want to definitely expound on that's what I wanted to get into, guys. We really come to us and feel comfortable, okay? We're not here to judge. We're here to help you. We're here to help you grow the business and get funding. But until you make the first step, guys, there's nothing that we can do. A lot of people call and they, they say a lot of different things. I'll be calling soon. Oh, what's the office hours? You can hit us up 9:30 Eastern. And of course, that number's popped up there. That's the email as well. I appreciate it, man. Let's get together and we can definitely help you with that. Thanks for the response. But yeah, we meet you guys. Listen, if you got any kind of credit, we can get you some money. Okay, we can work it out. We got programs $550. We can get you some money. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing? 550 credit score, guys. The banks would look at you and laugh, right? They would probably tell you to get out, leave. But we're here to help people where they are, right? You see what I'm saying? So this is just think about someone being able to give you a line of credit on your business with a minimum credit score of a 550. Okay? That's not good credit, right? Right? And someone to being able to take a risk just because you open up a business and you have an LLC and you have a banking account. And what they're going to do is they're going to make sure that they nurture you with that merchant account so they can be able to see the funds and the revenue coming through the business, right? And they can get you from whatever it is up to 10K, or you can come in at 10K if these guys out here just already have good credit. But even if you don't have, the highest credit score, at least you can jump in and say, hey, man, by the middle of March, I can maybe have me at least a good 4 or 5, 6K. A lot of people might think that's not a lot of money, but that maybe can help you get the website up. Maybe it can help you go ahead and hire that social media person. Maybe it can help you go ahead and get some type of stuff, some traction going in the business, guys. Everything helps these days, okay? So don't overlook the small stuff. And of course, we can get you 150K. We can go and get you the $250,000. But sometimes that 10,000 can seed you to get into that next season that you can go and get that 150,000, guys. You got to start from somewhere, right? You see what I'm saying? So we have all those, the benefactors in there. We can clean your credit. We can clean your business credit. You don't hear that much, do you? You don't hear people talking about cleaning your business credit. Oh, yeah. If you're going to have a business for 5 or 6 years, you will have a hiccup. Oh, yeah. There's something going to happen. But just let me know how many people that you can go out and talk to that say that they can show you how to clean your business credit. Okay? You'll probably be able to count that not maybe on 2 hands, probably not even on 1 hand. Okay? That's what we do here. All right? So when you get into business, get with people that know what they're doing, right? And going to take you and not be blowing smoke up your behind on Oh, we're going to get it, and then they get your credit and throw it against the wall and just do whatever. And you've worked your butt off for the last 5-6 years, or the lower 5 or 6 months, if you will, right? And they just taking chances on your credit. When you come to us, guys, we do a soft pull, right? Soft pull, guys. That means that we're not gonna put this. What we do, this is not gonna affect your credit. A soft pull doesn't show up as an inquiry on your credit, and we're going to give you a full 3 or 4 page data report on what's going on and what we can do with your credit. We have a proprietary service of over hundreds of banks, guys, and we're going to sit here and tell you this is what we can do. Here we can get you funded. We can get you more here. We can get you. You gotta get in the game, coach. Got to get into the game, right? We can't sit here and be, people want to get me on the phone sometime and they want to have a 30-minute conversation on, well, I know I got good credit. Well, bro, listen, until you let me look at your credit, right? And I tell them about the soft pull. Well, what's the harm? So you're not going to sit here and waste my time and talk about, oh, I've done this and I've made this kind of money. Well, bro, all that's all good and fine, but let me look and see what the banks are going to be looking at, so I can use my software to tell you and me exactly where you at and what you're going to get. It's just that easy, right? So this is me, guys. This is the Funding CEO. I'm here to definitely solve problems. I want to be able to help everybody via in the Carolinas, all over the country. I want to be able to go out here and have actually a soft lunch tomorrow with the young kids. The parents are coming through. I got some media, got some news coming out that's going to showcase our soft lunch. I'm so proud to be teaching what I know and what my resources also is going to get involved of having a whole curriculum for financial literacy for the young brothers and sisters. To be 12, 13, up to 17 years old, and they're learning this stuff that I'm talking about, guys. It was almost amazing. It was so amazing to see those guys out in the mall articulating and talking about AUs and talking about credit debt ratio. And they're looking up at these adults in the mall. These people, the adults are like, what did you just say? Like, are you talking to me? And they're like, oh, yes, we're here on the behalf of funding credit, and we're teaching financial literacy. And we wanted to see if your personal credit is healthy or your business credit is. They're like, what? Dude, matter of fact, we had people calling their kids like, listen, I got to put you in this program now, right? So we're going to be giving the details about how this thing is going to roll out, guys. Tomorrow night, I'm going to go live, Funding Credit Academy, guys. It's been a long time coming. I've always had something that I've always wanted to share. Of course, a lot of us know that we went through high school. Come on, guys. We wouldn't taught this stuff in high school. Half of us went through college and we still didn't know it, right? So we're going to get down for a small minimum cost, guys, to get in this academy. We're going to give them some classroom principles. We're going to get them engaged. We're going to give them a test. We're going to really get them to see how this thing works out here. A lot of these kids are coming through this whole COVID thing. They might be wanting to go to college. Some of these kids might want to go in the military. But some of these guys, you know what they're telling me? Mr. Wilson, I ain't trying to work for nobody. Okay, well, I hear you. I see you, little man. I hear you, little queen. But I'm going to show you what comes with that. Okay, and that's great. I want you to do that. I love entrepreneurs. I love to be able to see, even with the parents, being able to show how your kids can wind up being employed by you, being on the business. Being able to get tax write-offs, being able to hire your kids, guys. Do you know how important that is? That's the same thing that what you're putting out, guys, that's what they're going to do with their kids. You're building a legacy. So when I'm not always talking about money driven, I'm talking about being self-contained and being able to live in a sense of passion, purpose, being able to build a legacy. Have respect on that last name, guys. That's what this stuff is about. That's what the men are doing. The real men are doing. That's what they're thinking about. And that's what the women are doing now. I'm so encouraged and I'm so happy to see these trailblazers and this new wave of women that's stepping up to the plate, no matter a man or woman, and a man or whatever's in their life, and they're going to get it. They hungry, right? So I love it, guys. So let's keep this thing in the middle of the street. Let's pay attention to it. Let's not get in fear base when it comes to what's coming down as far as with the COVID. I want everybody to stay healthy, but I also want people to be financially healthy, guys. Okay, so you can be able to travel and be able to have your kids to be well traveled, and they won't be inside of these mental boxes thinking that what they're seeing in this city, this is all I see, this is all I know. Okay, you don't want to have ignorant kids. Not that they're ignorant because they can't learn or know better, but they can't learn what they don't see, what they haven't experienced. And if you don't have those financial qualities, guys, they're just going to do what they know. Right? So we get it's a bigger task. It's more accountability for us as adults to go out here and help our kids to get the best future that they deserve, guys. So that's what the funding credit academy is about. It's about giving the kids the opportunity to step up to the plate right now and start learning this information and feel confident and feel confident that they can go out and build businesses, because they can, guys. 7, 8, 9 years old, you can be a business owner. It's nobody stopping it, but you not knowing. That's the only thing that's stopping you guys, right? So this is what we're doing, guys. Funding credit. We're actually trying to raise the bar, guys, right? And trying to really be accountable in our community. Go out here and step up to the plate and help each other, help one another, guys. So anybody that feel that they want to come in with either some wealth advisement, anybody that out here that definitely know trading accounts and things of that sort, that can come in and help us, because I want to give so much value in this academy, guys, that I want these kids to really walk off and know that they have something, and they can go out here and really be very polished and powerful and engaging entrepreneurs, guys. This is where our future is. This is where our key is, guys. Whether it be your niece, your nephew, think about it. They watching you, whether you do it or not. They watching you. So let's be a good example, guys. And just the funding CEO. I enjoy this. I love it. Y'all feel my passion. I hope you guys have the same type of passion, mindset about building generational wealth and leaving a legacy for your kids. Okay. So with that being said, guys, I hope that this was very informational for you. I hope that we really gave you guys some eye openers about what you can do with your business. And of course, guys, I do consultation. And what I do with consultation, guys, my time is very limited, guys. I do 2 podcasts, a radio show. I'm running, consecutively about 3 businesses right now on autopilot. I got a kiosk I got to tend to. Well, not actually tend to myself, but I have to make sure it's managed and well tucked in, guys. So, but with that, $150, you got me for a whole hour. If you know what I know, that $150 can turn your whole life around. Okay. And with that being said, that $150 it'll roll over into whatever product that you want. You want business, you want credit. It might be a $750 package. We make deposits. We'll take that $150 out of your credit. So $750 be $600. So you're not losing no money. But I want to make sure that you're going to invest in yourself. Because if you're not willing to invest in yourself, you're wasting my time, and you're wasting your own time, guys. I want people that's really to step out on faith and be able to shift some paradigms, guys. Okay, and think about how would it feel to be someone's employer instead of an employee. How would it be if I could just sit in bed and just get on my phone and get on my computer and work from bed sometimes? Or how could it have the type of financial wealth or the top financial cushion that I could just take my whole family to Dubai for summer? And maybe it can roll over into a business trip. So a lot of it can be a tax write-off. Okay, right? Oh, the next time that I take my family to the Marriott, what I'll do is I'll go out and do a Zoom training inside of one of the conference rooms. And so I'll have an email from the transaction that I booked the conference room. So now it just became from a family trip to a business trip. I spent $3,000. Okay, I get that back at the end of the year. It's a tax write-off. Start running your life like a business, guys. Okay. Be mindful of how you're moving and how you're talking and how you're walking, and keep the good camaraderie and the right people around you, guys. And you'll start thinking that way. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. What you're around is what you become, guys. I always say what you're seeking is seeking you. Okay. So that's that financial empowerment. That's that Meta Marvin coming at you guys, because I want you to grow. I want you to be healthy, and I want you to build legacies, and I want you to be proud of what you've done when you do leave here. Okay. Unconditional love. This is the Funding CEO. I'll be talking to you next week. Stay focused, and what you're seeking is seeking you. It's already there. Peace.